Hi, everybody. It's Billy. Some of you might know me as Kitty Demure, and some of you might know me as Hoggett Sisty. Well, I'm both. Anyway, I'm here because something has happened within like the Republican circles that I really wanted to talk about. Some of you may be familiar with Rob Smith. If not, you will become familiar with him. He is, in my opinion, a pretty prolific figure within the Republican Party. Rob Smith is a great example of an American male, regardless of any of his identifiers. But anyway, recently there's been video of him going into some Republican event. I mean, you could investigate further if you care to know exactly what the event was. But anyway, he walks into what appears to be a mob or a group of men, young men, who I know who they are because they have often been a problem with gay Republicans. Anyway, so he walks in and he is assaulted verbally by these people. I guess at one point they call him the N-word that we don't see on camera, but I believe him. I do. I have no reason not to believe him because of how willing they were to call him a faggot and say it over and over again loudly in a public place.
Yes, Nick Fuentes loves gay sex. No,
he doesn't. Faggot, 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 faggot. America first! America first! America first! America first! America first! America first! America first!
So these people clearly just don't care. They don't care about the way they look. They don't care about how they're hurting people or affecting people or the experience they're creating in this public forum. Anyway, I think the problem that people have with Rob right now, and I'm not saying it's right or wrong, it just depends on the way you look at it. I don't think people are angry that he is saying anything. I think they're angry because he went to CNN. Now, whether CNN went to him first or he sought them out, I have no idea. He hasn't made that known to the public or in any social media that I have been able to see, read, or whatever. It's being looked at as him sort of going to the other side and then talking about the side that he supports. That's what it looks like. I don't know if he considered that, if he thought it out or whatever.
That thinks that this is somehow in some way fake or staged. I want to tell them that the hate crime that happened to Jussie Smollett was fake. This hate crime was very real. So how I ended up there was, this is a group called the Republicans for National Renewal. I was in Phoenix, Arizona for an event called America Fest, which is held by Turning Point USA. I went to this event because I saw that a lot of other conservative influencers would be there. I actually DM'd with this group. I said, hey, I'm going to come. Can you put me on the list? They said, sure. So that's how I ended up at the event. I had no idea that it was going to be infested with these people.
Was there some kind of confrontation that preceded what we saw in the video?
Yeah, there was actually. I realized that these people were starting to encircle me, and I kind of wanted to figure out what was going on. And what I will say, what a lot of people didn't see in that video is, number one, they did say the N-word. Absolutely, that was not caught on video, but that did happen. And so, look, I am fourth ID. You know, I'm an Iraq War vet. I can know how to defend myself. But I am looking in the eyes of people that were actual neo-Nazis and actual white supremacists. There were about 20 to 25 of these people, and that is what you do not see on camera. So I had a choice to de-escalate the situation with humor, which is what I did.
I think probably a better way of dealing with this would have been to find some news outlet on our side of things and kind of discuss a problem within the Republican Party rather than going, hey, CNN and Democrats and all the liberals and lefties watching, guess what happened to me? And they were all Republicans. That's how it's coming off. I don't think that's what Rob intended to happen, but that's what happened. And I'm reading his social media, and unfortunately, a lot of people are coming down on him unfairly. I wish that they would look at his side of it. But the reality is, as a gay Republican, you really don't have anywhere to go. I mean, I love, our community loves to talk about safe spaces. There really is no safe space for a gay Republican. There really isn't. As a gay man, I have never gone into any of these Republican circles. I have never gone into a Trump rally. I have never gone to a protest. I have never gone to any of these conferences and have ever, honestly, ever been harassed or made to feel less than for who I am or who I'm with. My husband happens to be black. We have never received any of this treatment that Rob Smith received. And I'm willing to bet that this is probably the first for Rob Smith. And I wish more of that was said. I'm sure that this is an isolated incident. He has never dealt with this before. In this movement of people, Republican, conservative, whatever you want to call them, they all know who I am. And I'm very respected. And I'm very well liked. And I have never received any treatment that Rob Smith received. And I hate when people apologize for things they have nothing to do with, but I am sorry he dealt with that. I mean, it's unfortunate and it sucks. And we need to flush these people out. They're not good people. I've seen them do this before to somebody else, and they're just bullies. And before anybody says, oh, this is strictly a Republican or a conservative thing, it's not. Because people like me and Rob Smith, we are safer within the Republican environment than we are within the Democrat environment. We are free to think how we want. We're free to say what we want. And we're still free to be gay and be black, white, whatever. Are there going to be people who don't like you? Of course. Are there people who are going to judge your lifestyle or your appearance? Of course. But that happens on both sides of the political spectrum. And we know that. I feel much more comfortable, much more welcomed by Republicans than I ever did or ever have with Democrats. And any trouble that I have received because of my political beliefs have always come from Democrats. Always. Anyway, so that's my take on it. Rob, stick in there. I support you. You're very well respected within the Republican Party, regardless of what these losers say.